It's low key, and I say I am. That's the super facts. This fucking camera's fucking awful. Alright, man, quick video. The mind of a narcissist, well, specifically a dismissive, avoidant narcissist. I'm the type of person, you know, how I get closure is by understanding, right? So figuring out how somebody thinks, you know, figuring out a person's traumas and how did they get to this behavior, right? And then that's how I kind of like, you know, remove my emotions out of it, even though it's impossible to fully do that. But it helps me to remove whatever emotions or energy that I'm allowing that person to continue harvesting. And it allows me to basically, you know, if not fully, a good 90-95%, you know, take my energy back. Let's have a real conversation, right? So, you know, me and Sato was talking last night, bro. And it's like the reason why a lot of relationships don't work out is because there's one person, or either both people, have not done the work. They're not healed, or they're not even on their path of healing. And either one person or two people still have a door open for, you know, they have you know, low vibrational bullshit, right? Let's have a real conversation. And that's the reason why, in a nutshell, relationships don't work. When you got two people that come to the table and they both want to pour into each other and learn and grow and expand and all of this, you know, what we really put here to do. That's what I said the other night. The human race has lost the plot completely. Like, that's the whole purpose, is to learn, grow, expand, you know what I'm saying? And actually, like, you know, go within and appreciate the external world as well, but to also go, you know, your priority is supposed to go within, you know what I'm saying? So, but what happens is whether people, you know, they're doing some sneaky shit, whether people are keeping secrets, whether people are cheating, whether people being abusive, whether people being manipulative, whatever it is, whatever low vibrational bullshit that's happening, or behaviors, right? I've seen it with my own eyes where a person will tell me that they love me, but they treat me like their actions don't reflect their words, right? And what after I'm talking about in the field research and experience, what it is the person, two things can be right. Multiple things can be right. A person, like your partner, your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever the fuck, wife, husband, whatever you want to, whatever. The person that you with, they can love you. They can love you. But they can also not love themselves. And so that's why a person that claims that they love you, they tell you they love you, can cheat on you or abuse you, so on and so forth. Because they might fucking love you more than they might literally love you more than they love themselves. They might not know how to love themselves, whatever. And so what we do, we internalize the shit. Oh my God, this person cheated on me, or this person did whatever, insert whatever fucked up thing this person did to you. Oh my God, this person did this to me. It's, you know, what did I do? And that's the first mistake right there. That's the first, like, you know, like psychological demonic trap, you know what I mean, that your ego kind of like, you know, pushes you into, right? It has nothing. It's crazy as hell. But if somebody cheat on you, a lot of times, like if you're a good person and somebody cheat on you, it had nothing. The craziest thing, it had nothing to do with you. You did nothing wrong. Believe it or not, you did nothing wrong. It has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with this other person that does not love themselves at all, or at least enough to recognize what they have, you know what I'm saying, internally and externally, be, vibrating in a grateful vibration. Let's have a real conversation. Recognizing and being grateful for what they have, who they are, number one, and number two, the person that's in their life that genuinely gives a fuck about them. And I guess maybe how they grew up, maybe they never had any examples of a healthy, loving relationship. Maybe they're just, that trauma starts to activate when it's like unfamiliar, feeling, even though it's a high vibration, it's unconditional love. Let's have a real conversation. They don't know how to maneuver in that frequency. Let's just call it what it is, bro. They don't know how to maneuver in that frequency, right? And so 9 times out of 10, they're going to sabotage it. They're going to be very dismissive about the person that they hurt, their emotions. A lot of times when you in that situation, you're going to go to your partner, you're going to say, yo, you hurt me. This is how you hurt me. Da-da-da-da, whatever. And they're going to dismiss you. They might even make fun of you. They might even make fun of you. You know what I mean? They might gaslight you. Might make you feel like you're a pussy. Might make you feel like, you know what I mean, you should have never brought this shit up, right? But in reality, this is just the legion of demons, right? Unaddressed trauma that this person is too much of a coward to address and solve. That's it. The narcissist is not, it's a very low vibrational, like even lower than a child, in my opinion. Like the energy is like even lower than a fucking child. You know what I mean? Because there's more. I've probably seen it with my own eyes. I've seen like grown ass adults act like fucking like baby levels of consciousness. No, I mean zero accountability. You know what I mean? Zero situational, just like baby levels of consciousness, like babies. And then I've seen fucking 4-year-olds, 5-year-old children possess a higher vibration or level of consciousness than motherfuckers, you know what I mean, that have been on this planet for decades, man. And it's disgusting and it's fucking sad, and that is one of the reasons why I believe in reincarnation or this fucking loop cycle where it's like, it's impossible. If you only got one life, if you only live once, there's so many people that doesn't, you know what I mean? How does that help your spirit? How does that help your spirit grow? When you got so many people out here that I personally know, too many people that are going to die, NPCs, bots, they're going to die, pledging allegiance to low vibrations and shit, demonic into, you know what I mean? Like, so it's like, that's why I do believe in reincarnation. It's either reincarnation, until you level up and you max it out, or it's a soul trap. That's the only thing I can think of. That's the only thing that resonates with me, is what I'll say. But a lot of times it sucks. Like certain stuff is, you have to have learned experience. And it's like, I can't help it. I have a very competitive spirit. Even when somebody hurts me, I still want to I'm still trying to figure out on my deepest level, like, why? Why is this happening? You know what I mean? Not even so much like how, but like, why is this happening? Why is this person saying this to me, but their actions are like the polar opposite, you know? So I just learned how to detach my emotions, you know, a lot, and really try to understand. And it's real simple, like, you know. And if you listen, people will tell you, you know, what's wrong with them. Let's have a real conversation. If you listen, a motherfucker will tell you what's wrong with them. And from my travels, what I've seen is I've been around a lot of dismissive, avoidant narcissists. And like I was saying earlier, when people like this, they cheat on you or just do whatever is the worst thing that you feel the person could do for you. They could steal from you, cheat on you, abuse you, lie to you, whatever it is. It don't even matter. Like, it's because it has nothing to do with you. It's because they don't love themselves. And they're just not there yet. Their consciousness has not ascended to where they have the spiritual discipline, you know what I'm saying, to stand on some righteous business. Let's have a real fucking conversation. That's just really what it comes down to. Niggas don't have the spiritual discipline to stand on righteous business. You know what I'm saying? You know? So, you know, that's really just what it comes down to. Like, you know, because I'm sitting here and I'm talking to other people and I'm like, well, I can see, because, you know, it's this thing called ruminating, right? And it's when an individual is constantly replaying or revisiting traumatic or low vibrational memories and shit like that, events in their life. And it's like, that doesn't serve you no purpose. You know what I mean? So it's like, when you realize how sacred your energy is, and also your memories, you know what I'm saying? Like, your memories are just supposed to serve as experience. Yeah, you know, you can smile when you have a good memory, you can smile on it, but you know what I mean? You're not supposed to hold on to it like that. You know what I mean? Just like negative, like bad memories, you're not supposed to hold on to it. You're supposed to let them go. Experience it, you grow, and then you let it go. It's as simple as that. You know what I'm saying? So, it's a lot of people that feel like they did something wrong, but, you know, all that happened was an immature piece of shit just chose to, you know, they chose not to heal before getting into a relationship. That's really all it comes down to. So it's like we spend the majority of our life having to heal, because ever since we're born, everything is just meant to fucking break us. Pause. And I saw this quote. It was like, the most important thing a parent can do is heal, because you cause more damage to your children when you pass down generational curses. So before you bring children into this world, you have to heal. There's girls out here and dudes, whatever. It's just people out here in general having children, and they're all types of fucked up. All types of fucked up. They run from love. They physically hurt themselves. All types of shit. So yeah, that's a video. I'm up out of here. It's dark as hell.